what, 1 in 3 chance? 2
You've got a
times.
five out of nine chance of just winning on the spot.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
you have a yeah, you have
Yeah.
a there you go. And he actually misses on both, takes one of the rags and oh, and then the rag remove. Well, no, then he's able to remove it with his own spells and stuff. That was just wild right there. Epic game, definitely an epic game.
Yeah.
Uh, okay,
Wow.
so let's try to get into game number 4 here, and it looks like Tide's going to start out with a Pyromancer. Pyromancer's not very.
Yeah. It's been early gameplay. I mean, it's just a 2-drop against Miracle Rogue. Tides probably has to figure that's what Monk is playing. So
Yep.
we'll see what he does. I mean,
I
there
was
aren't
thinking of.
like a lot of really key cards against Miracle Rogue other than maybe I don't know shield block and early game minions, but
Oh, early game minions
we'll
for sure would be good. Even Korkron's decent against.
yeah.
Um,
Corcoran is really good against Miracle just because I mean they either kill it with Eviscerate or they have to hit it with a dagger or use a combination of cards. So no matter what, it gets 4 damage in and pulls a bunch of stuff from their hand.
yeah, I don't think Karen's very good actually in this matchup, so I'm surprised you
Yeah, I don't.
opt for keeping it. The Azure Drake I can see, 4/4 drawing a card at 5, but
Yeah,
interesting he kept Karen.
I think he's kind of worried about just having drops. Um, but yeah, Karen. I mean, usually Karen just gets sapped, and then you feel silly because you replay Karen, and then he just gets sapped again, and then
Right.
you feel really silly because he basically just got time locked 3 times.
Well,
But
by the time you've been snapped twice, you're pretty much dead. So,
yeah, usually the case. But
all right, so he ends up shield blocking. Oh no, just armor or hero powering there, taking the 2 armor, and we'll see what Monk plays here. He is going to second. He's got the coin, which again is, like we said before, is really really good for the Miracle Rogue. And I think he's going to coin out an agent or maybe an Earthen Ring.
my guess is he'll probably just hero power. I guess he is going to coin out a.
Oh, Van
Oh, he's
Cleef. Okay,
coining out
yeah.
Cleef. All right. Well, this
Unfortunately,
game's gonna
Todd's
be
got perfect
complete answer. Yeah,
Perfect answer.
with that shield slam. But yeah, it's kind of worth the gamble if Tides
I think
doesn't
so.
have shield slam, specifically shield slam or like slam execute, I suppose. Van Cleef can get a ton of damage in. So
I mean, at the very least, it can fight off like the armor smiths and the acolytes, instead of dealing with that pressure that the Miracle Rogue can have troubles with.
yep, for sure. So we'll probably see like a backstab or something. Oh, he's gonna
Shiv.
shiv. Yeah, that's a good one. Shiv, hero power, finish off the 3-1, get some damage in. Tides is gonna be playing a pretty clear path for the next couple turns. Azer Drake into well
Jefferson Jones, but he's
Azer
probably going to
Drake
save it.
something else. Harrison is definitely gonna be saved for a deadly poison or an assassin's blade, whichever one is the best target first.
Yeah, Assassin's Blade's always nice though. You can draw like at least typically 3 cards or so.
He's actually not even running assassin's blade. So
Oh, he's not? Okay, so he's going to have to save it for any kind of poison dagger. Most likely only going to draw 1 card though. People don't usually sit on poison. Alright, so Eviscerate, going to remove the Azure Drake, and Monk's got board control here, and this is exactly what a Miracle Rogue wants.
yeah, for sure. And he's getting in a bunch of damage with his minions, which is kind of what he needs to have happen. I mean, this is kind of the trap of Karen against Miracle Rogue. If Monk just
Alright,
saps
so-
Karen, then it's a free turn.
Alright, we're going to see Sap here, let's see.
And Monk
Otherwise,
is
it's actually a really good play, because he's going to
yeah.
be
If
able
Monk
to...
doesn't have a sap, then it's actually pretty good.
And then he's going to have a Sylvanas follow-up, too. If he could get a shield slam, he could potentially end up in a scenario where he can steal Gadget's hand.
Yeah, actually,
Wouldn't that be pretty cool?
That is.
We know you
awesome.
can't execute Sylvanas.
We do know you can't execute.
But you can
Sylvanas.
shield slam execute. I mean, shield slam Sylvanas for a steal. But,
Yeah.
oh, there. Okay, so there we go. There's a Gadget's hand.
Are we gonna see prep and sap, and then maybe conceal too?
Ooh, that'd be
Prep
that
and
would be a
shield.
strong play.
Prep, Shiv, and Conceal could be a huge turn for Monk here. Gets 5 damage in, and then... Oh, another Prep. Is he gonna sap now? Looks like he's...
Running out of time, though. He better hurry up.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's gonna Conceal, probably.
No, he's gonna keep drawing.
Yeah, we have to understand, too, that this timer is a little bit delayed for Monk's side. Oh, and looks like he just ran out of time.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that Gadgetzan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably gonna lose it either way, but he could have at least done the 5 damage, right? I think, right? Did he miss the 5 damage from the Earthen Ring and the loot?
No,
He
he
got the 5 damage in.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, it looked like Monk might have, had a Conceal or something to maybe, save his Gadgetzan. At least something to save it, right?
Yeah, well, it looked like he was digging pretty hard to get that Conceal, or even like a Shadow Step or something. Okay, so Ty's trying to decide if he wants to play that Acolyte.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
then he has a Whirlwind
reason
too.
not to.
Yeah,
He doesn't
I don't see
have a
anything
Shield Slam or anything to clear out the 3/3. So maybe Acolyte and then Whirlwind, draw a card, kill off that Loot Hoarder. Save yourself a little bit of damage.
there. All right, thinking about it. Let's see what other alternatives he has. I guess he could Shield Block. That doesn't seem like a good play here. So there he goes. He ends up pulling off that play. Is he gonna... Well, you can't attack with Bane quite yet, so Monk's gonna have that damage from the Earthen Ring Farseer. Could remove the Acolyte. I'm thinking he's got a ton of options with all those cards.
I think he's just gonna go for face here.
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
too.
he's basically right in the spot that he wants to be in, kind of like near the late-ish game, and high life total and a handful of cards. So.
I'm seeing the board removed though. I can see Eviscerates coming out here. Even SI agents, I can see him filling the board.
We could see SI agent clearing out stuff, but
yeah, there we go.
All right, and Tides draws off of that thing.
Oh, he saps that guy. Okay.
There's that fairly late sap on that Karen, unfortunately for Monk, but well, the Bane anyways, but. Not exactly the time walk I think he was hoping for.
Still effective though. I mean, still getting the board control and Tides. In these kind of warrior decks, for the most part, you're playing like one big minion at a time. You're either removing or playing one big minion. Sometimes you can get that Kor'kron in, like a Kor'kron, maybe a Fiery War Axe type of play there. But you're not filling the board. That's for sure. Okay, so he ends up removing that and playing the Kor'kron. And Monk, I'm thinking he's gonna have. See if he gets another Gadgetzan down here. Because he's got the warrior in a pretty good spot here. He's got no armor. He's 22 damage. 22 damage is kind of in the bottom range of that kind of Leroy combo possibilities with the double Shadow Step.
Yeah.
Hasn't used Shadow Step
on
right?
A ton of cards.
Yeah, he has. He hasn't even used poison yet, so that's gonna be his first poison play there.
I think you gotta just go face here, I think. Oh, especially with that SI7 agent.
Yeah, and that's really, really strong play there. And looking pretty rough for Tides here. He might actually have to Gromish here and just put some pressure on him. I mean, he can actually go the other way and just like shield up too, but what do you think, man?
I mean, he could be looking at Harrison as well. I mean, he hasn't seen Assassin's Blade, but at this point, I don't know if he can even save it.
Yeah, Harrison's going to be a pretty strong play too.
And he's thinking he's just one charge, but if he does Harrison, at the very least it kills his charge and gives him some pressure. I think that's got to be the right play.
Oh, actually, he thought he made an error there.
That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that Monk doesn't have an Assassin's Blade, so he's probably thinking that, crap, I should have used that on Assassin's Blade. It would have been more draw, and it would actually alleviate a lot more damage from Monk. But it turns out it's actually a really good play.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to get a better chance to. I mean, he's not going to get two off of a deadly poisoned weapon.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a second Gadgetzan comes down. So we should start seeing some more cycling going on here. Backstab leads it. He's SI agent's already gone. So how is he going to remove this? Another deadly poison.
Yeah.
Another one. Swing to the face, Blade Flurry, probably. You think?
Maybe. Monk has used both preparations, so that's not something that Tides has to worry about anymore.
Right.
But man, it's hard to say. Like, Monk probably needs to kill that Harrison, but might just ignore it even. Especially if he hasn't drawn Leroy, but he's got like both Cold Bloods.
Yeah. Definitely hard for me to see like a win condition for Tides right now. Everything takes a little bit of time, to get going in his hand, except for Grommash, but Grommash isn't enough.
Really have any way to get Monk under pressure. Like he's the one that's going to be he's the one that's going to be charged out this game for sure. And he doesn't have any taunters, like the warrior doesn't run any. Yeah. And he's used both shield blocks already. And
what do you think about just Grom Taskmastering here? Remove the Gadgetzan.
Yeah, just say have it or
just like let's just hit. Yeah, I mean just like either get rid of it or at least I get my 10 damage and then maybe I can set up some kind of situation with he doesn't even have Rag, so
yeah. I mean I think this works too. It's kind of still a have it or lose scenario. Like he's got more than 20 damage next turn if all his stuff lives and if he lives, but I mean Monk's almost all the way through his deck.
Yeah, so Monk calls well played. Obviously got the Leroy Shadow Step combo, I'm thinking.
Tides called well played first and Monk responded since he does in fact have the combo.
Yep.
I mean, Cold Blood and Cold Blood and Blade Flurry would do it, Eviscerate, pretty much anything at this point.
Yep, and it looks like Monk's going to tie things up, take this last series of the day to a Game 5, and finishes it in typical Miracle Rogue fashion with the Leroy combo for, I don't know, how much did he do there? 18, maybe plus
18 plus